Welcome everyone. Thank you for being with us on this journey. I am Diana Popa, business coach, and today my special guest is Maribel Ortega. Maribel helps women go from manager to leader without the overwhelm in just 90 days. She's a professional coach, podcaster, keynote speaker, and mentor. Her personal mission is to inspire, empower, and motivate professional women to uncover their worth and be confident so they can use their voice, speak up, take new opportunities, and ultimately lead fulfilled lives. Maribel has a special interest in emotional and cultural intelligence. She is committed to help developing the type of leadership based on collaboration. Welcome, Maribel. Thank you so much for being today with me.
Thank you for having me, Diana, and for inviting me on your show. It's a pleasure to be here.
Yes. I am honored. I would like to ask you straight away if you can tell us a bit more about your story and how you started on this path of helping other women live fulfilled lives and really evolve in their career.
Yes, thanks for that question, Diana. Well, actually, this started from me being a little girl who was very timid, shy, intimidated by adults, even intimidated by other children. I would not dare, go to them and ask, hey, can I play with you? And unfortunately, during my education, this never changed. And actually, what I have seen also is that the education of many girls is that way, that perfectionism and being a good girl are things that are rewarded. So that kind of behavior is reinforced. And that was my own experience. So that when I was in my 20s and I came to, like the real world, suddenly all these skills that I thought were really good because I was a super student, I got very good grades, but then suddenly they didn't help me to achieve anything because I would not say what I wanted. I would not say no. I was afraid to confront other people. And that's when awareness came to me that, okay, this is something that's not working. I'm not achieving what I want, or I am torturing myself for hours if I have to tell someone, no, I won't do that, or I don't like that behavior, don't treat me that way, just basic stuff of like marking your boundaries would affect me so badly. And I would say like the culmination of this realization was after being for many years in a relationship that was in terms of power but quite disbalanced, because the same situation that I had at home, I kind of like replaced that. I mean, at home as a daughter, I replaced that in the marriage. And it was only when I was 30, when I decided to leave that relationship, that was like a major thing to me. Just I had nothing. I seriously had only 700 euros in the bank account, but I didn't care. That was the time when I decided I am going to start being responsible for my life and stepping up to what I need to do. So this is where the shifts started happening. And when I started working I started first in my work experience as a trainer, a corporate trainer. Many years later, I started seeing patterns in the groups that I worked with of young women, obviously younger than me, that were showing the same things. Oh no, but I won't say no to my boss, or I don't know how to do this. No, I won't apply for that job because I only tick 70% of the boxes of what they want. This reaching for perfection. I'm sure you've heard that before, Diana. And that's when I realized, and these connections were made in my head. This is what I need to do. This is my mission. I know how it felt to be like that, this powerlessness, and I know how to get out of that, and that's what I'm doing now.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Maribel. And this is a big problem that I see also by myself in the corporate world. So I also have an experience of 10 years in this environment, and definitely this is something that everyone needs. And what I saw actually was a kind of two types of behavior, if I can call it like that. Mm-hmm. Those who don't dare to stand up for themselves, who are shy, as you mentioned. This was also my case. And those who are actually more into the opposite. So maybe they are saying too much, maybe they not that they dare too much, but they even come across as aggressive. What would you advise? How do we find the balance as women to actually stand up for ourselves and still come across as authentic and natural and feminine? Is there something we can do?
Well, first of all, we need to define what is authentic, healthy self-confidence. That is different from being overconfident, of having the belief that you can do anything, that you are the best one in everything. That's not where we want to go. Healthy self-confidence means that you know what your strengths are, and you know what you're not good at. And the last piece of information is, and you are okay with that. So it's this acceptance in a healthy way. Acceptance doesn't mean not taking action. Acceptance means I'm okay. Acceptance means I'm really good. Like, I'll take myself as an example. I'm really good in presentations. I'm really good improvising, having ideas, motivating people, because it's kind of like my style, and energetic and Latina, whatever you want to like. But planning, organizing chaos, Excel sheets, I'm not good at that. And it doesn't matter how much energy I put into that. I will never excel in that because I'm not interested. I'm not so motivated in that. And the key to a healthy self-confidence and healthy self-esteem is understanding where your strengths are, leverage those strengths, and understanding what you're crap at and being okay with that. And that's being okay with that and thinking, yeah, I'm cool, I'm okay, and that's fine.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. Do you have any tip for us on how we can do that? Is there any technique we can start applying so that we develop that confidence, healthy confidence, and that afterwards we can apply it in our career?
Sure. I mean, this is a process. First of all, what we need to understand with self-confidence, that this is not a state that you achieve and you stay there and it's unmovable. Self-confidence, it's like a loop. And it means action. So that means you do something courageous and you get this positive feedback. Oh, I can do that. I'm really good. And I can achieve things. And so it's a step-by-step process where you can increase your self-confidence. But sometimes things don't go the way we want. And then, boo, it's like, a hit in the face. And then you're like, oh man, that wasn't so good. And then your self-confidence goes a little low. But then you need to think of situations where you were able to overcome, and that will help you build your self-confidence. So that's the first idea that I want to put out there. It's not a static thing. So it's not like I am a self-confidence coach and I am this invincible superwoman all 150% of the time. No. I'm a human being, and most of the time I'm very self-confident, and there are moments where I'm not. The difference from where I am now and where I was 20 years ago is I know what to do about it when the self-confidence is a little bit, shaky. So if you're starting on your path of building your self-confidence, what can you do? I'm going to share with you 3 things. The first one is to have clarity in what your values are. There are online loads of tools that you can do. The simple is to have like a list of 100 different values and just start scratching or just crossing out the things that do not resonate to you. with you very much, and in the end you have like 20, and it's a difficult exercise, but it's really useful because it forces you to think, if I can only choose 5, which are the ones that are most important for me? And when you have chosen those 5 and you can build a life that is aligned with those values, then you will feel that you are living an authentic life. So knowing your values is the first thing. And the second thing is, what is your mission in life? Why do you get up in the morning? For what? When you have clarity in what your purpose is, what your mission is, I mean, I have 2 kids, but I don't wake up in the morning, oh, my 2 kids are there, and no. I mean, there are probably women who are like that. I wake up in the morning and it's because I have this burning passion. I want to help other people. I want to help my kids too, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Yes.
So having a mission statement, also things that you can look up in the internet. There are exercises. I do that with my clients. And the starting point is knowing your values. So having a mission statement, what is the purpose of your life? It doesn't have to be your job, but it has to be something. Otherwise, you would stay in bed, right? And the third thing that you can do, that's an exercise that I like a lot, is the list. I call it the list. On one side, you list all your strengths, everything you're good at, not only at work, but also in your private life, everything you're good at. A cook, you're really good at reading books quickly, you're a good listener, and everything that you're good at work. And please stay there for long, because what I see with most of the women that I work with is that very quickly, oh, I'm good at this and that, 4 things. And then on the other side, I would like you to list the things that you're not good at. And with this inner critic that has like a super high volume inside of our head, the list of the negative things can be very long. And part of realizing and staying long in that area of what your strengths are is also trying to lower the volume of that inner critic, because that is not you. That's just one voice, one perspective in your head, but that's not the only one. Those are the 3 techniques that I wanted to share with you.
I love that. Thank you so much, Maribel. And absolutely everyone should apply it. And the second one that you mentioned, the mission, I know that I have never wondered myself, what is my mission, what is my passion, as long as I was in my job. Mm-hmm. And do you think that if we follow a career, if we really move into a certain profession, like, I don't know, accountant, I used to be an auditor, or I don't know, other experts that are out there, do you think that actually we can forget about our mission and maybe we don't even realize that we are meant for something great? And if yes, how do we identify that mission and that passion?
I think that everyone has a personal mission. There is a reason for you to be here. And if you don't know what your purpose is in life, then your purpose is to find out what that is. Until you find out, that's your purpose. And when you find out what it is, then you can start doing things and going into that direction. For people who are not entrepreneurs and who have a job, my recommendation, I mean, it doesn't matter how you work, if you work for yourself or if you work at a company, focus, if you work at a company, focus on your career. Do not focus on your job. If you focus on your career, then it's a lot easier to find meaning and to find a purpose in what you're doing. A job is just a position at a particular company with a boss and colleagues or whatever. But if you focus on the career, on the impact that you want to make, as an employee, you can't do a lot of things. There's this concept known of intrapreneurship that you can also do inside a company, which is fine. We need people working in companies. then if that's your focus, then you will be aiming. You can't play big, and you will be aiming for something that for you will be fulfilling, and it will be a lot easier to realize or to be aware of the moment when you have surpassed a particular position, and you will be quicker to understand, I need to move on, I need to change gears here. This job where I am now is not the one where I can fulfill my passion, that and doesn't give me what my career needs in the next step. Know what I mean?
I love that. Thank you so much, Maribel. You are very passionate about the topic and your energy. I love it so much. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Another topic that I understood that you are dealing with and you are helping women with is the leadership style based on collaboration.
Yes.
Can you tell us what it is and how women can apply more of it?
Sure. The thing of leadership is, who are you leading for? Are you leading for business results? Which in the end, the question will, the answer will always be yes. But what is your motivation? And when you're leading from a servant leadership perspective, when you're leading with the intention to support your employees or your team, your staff, then what you're doing is you are helping them to become better. And then you are not acting from a perspective of, I'm the boss, I know the best answers, or I have all the answers, and those are only the right answers. When you take a step back and you let people shine in whatever strength it is that they are, because if you have a team, they are experts in something, and you let them do what they're good at, then your help to them is to allow them to do what they can do best, to help them achieve those goals. And then you're set. It's very easily said, it's not so easily done. And it's also like with the self-confidence, it's a practice, a daily practice that you need to set an intention to do every day, and you try your best.
Absolutely. I fully agree with you. And I know that this is a long process, and I've seen it on myself, but also all around me. And the corporate world can be rather challenging because there are all the technical tasks that are coming in. Then you also need to lead your team. You need to apply empathy and listening, as you mentioned, the collaboration part, listening to your experts and really putting them to shine, as you mentioned. But then there is all this technical aspect that you need to also do, and deadlines on top. How can they manage all of this? How can they actually stop feeling overwhelmed about all these tasks and start living with passion and with purpose, and in a manner that allows them to feel in peace with themselves?
I would say that the first step is to know what the mission is, and to understand you will have to choose what is more important for you. Are your employees in your team more important? Are the clients or your customers more important? Or are the business results the most important? If you choose wisely, then you'll probably choose your employees. When you give them what they need so that they can perform their work, then the other two things, the happy clients and the good business results, will be a result of that. So if you focus on giving the employees the time that they need, so basically that means to me that you stop telling people what to do and you listen and ask questions. The second thing that I think leaders need to do is to be compassionate with themselves. Meaning, you can make mistakes. Every single day, you're going to make mistakes. And then what you need to do is to say, oh, okay, that didn't work well today. I got angry, or I was under stress. Overwhelm is very quickly upon us. And when you are compassionate with yourself, I mean, we all have some kind of limit, then you can forgive yourself. It's a lot easier to forgive yourself. And in dealing with overwhelm, the most important thing to do is to understand what is overwhelm. Means that we just have too many feelings happening at the same time, and we don't know in which direction we're going to put that energy or how we're going to release that. And if you know what works well for you, for some people is meditation, for other people is having a chat with a friend and, you know, kind of like letting it all out. For others is just having a good cry. There are going for a run. There are different things. What you do not want to do is to suppress emotions, because suppressing emotions long term creates stress. And when you are under chronic stress, you will not be able to perform at your best. You're gonna suck, basically. So allowing emotions, what I hear a lot is, oh, but Maribel, I don't want to have those emotions. And I say, well, you know what? The only people who do not have emotions are dead. So what do you, yeah. So if you'd rather be alive, experiencing life, then you will have to accept the fact that we have emotions, and they come for a reason, to guide you in which direction you need to go. And if we do not resist emotions, because we're kind of like afraid, oh, but I cannot get emotional, or I have this fear of whatever, or grief, or joy, or sadness. If you let them come, emotions come always in waves. And if you do not resist them, they come and they leave. And you will see that in 15 minutes, poof, the next emotion will come. So whatever emotion you're fearing, all you need to do is just to stay aware with whatever emotion you're having. You can do two things to deal with strong emotions. Name them. So basically in your head, you're saying, so what I'm feeling is anxiety, or what I'm feeling is fear. And the way I feel it in my body is my heart is racing faster, my hands are a little bit sweaty, in the pit of my stomach I have this like funny feeling. And those are just symptoms, you know, that's just your body showing symptoms. And actually the same symptoms are the ones that you have when you're excited. Are the symptoms different? Heart racing fast, sweaty hands? No, it's the same. You're just putting a different label on it. So naming emotions, and the second one is slowing down for 5 minutes. And with that, I mean breathing. Because when we focus on breathing, just 5 breaths, when we focus on breathing slowly, and we call them belly breaths, where you put all the air into your belly and then you let it go out slowly, and you do that 5 times, what you're activating is the vagus nerve, and that calms you down. Those are 2 quick techniques.
I love that. Thank you so much, Maribel. You have so much information and so much knowledge and experience in these fields. I am convinced that you can help thousands, millions of people to really live their life the way they wish to. I would like to close our interview today by asking you, who are you serving and how can people contact you?
Thank you. I serve professional women who are ambitious and want to take the next step in their career, and I help them go from manager to leader without all the overwhelm, without reading tons of self-help books, or without trying different techniques and seeing what works and what doesn't, in a quick way with fast results. So if you're a woman in a career or an entrepreneur and you want to start playing big, then I could help you with that, or I could be the person that helps you with that. The best way to get in touch with me is if you go to my website. It's my name, maribelortega.com, or you follow me on LinkedIn is where I am most active.
I would like to thank you for being with me today. For those of you listening to us, stay connected because there is so much more to come. Thank you once again for being with me.
Thank you.